Welcome back to the Suzie Wokabi podcast featuring George Kagwe. This is part 2 and this is season 1, episode 11, featuring the amazing George Kagwe. If you enjoyed part 1, you will love part 2.
So now
you're learning stuff, culturally.
Exactly.
Like how things, life changes.
So life changes now again when now we go for December holidays after class 5, we come back class 6, grade 6 now. Grade 6 now, the same girl who was going to tell on you is coming to you like, hi, can I be your Valentine?
Oh!
Voila! like, yo, didn't you just...
You just told on me.
Like, I had a bad deck because of you.
Yeah.
And you're now coming over.
Go over there.
Can I be your Valentine? Pecs on the cheek,
You're
blah, blah, blah. You're cute. Writing letters, love hearts, a bit of perfume, lipstick, kiss, stuff like that. Like you remember those things, right? So...
Me, I didn't do that.
You did. So anyway, so now 844 was different. So had a bit of activity. There used to be carol services and stuff. Took part in the carol services. I was in a music club.
Is that where you discovered that you can sing?
Yes. So I discovered that I could sing well in that school, Serrari School. Because we were in the music, we had a choir. And we used to do a choir. So I was the tenor, sometimes second alto, into first tenor and stuff like that. And so I did that for 3 years. And then I performed equally well, probably got a B plus or something. I go to high school. Now it's my chance to go to high school. So I'm called to a school in Kajiado. Okay. Because now, let me, for secondary. So let me rewind.
What towns have you lived in?
Yeah. So let me rewind. So in primary, I'm involved in a few things. Let me call them cartels. So there were cartels that we were doing cigarettes.
Selling? Like buying and selling?
Not buying and selling. We just a guy brings and then we distribute whatever. So you sell them currency, maybe it's chapo or something. Right? And I'm the guy who used to keep them. Then one day we were busted. Someone went and ratted on us. So I was the one busted with all the stash. So now George Kagwe is known as a guy who...
all the goods there.
In his locker. So George Kagwe is known as a guy who was peddling cigarettes.
Yeah.
So I remember my mom is one, and I was like, I hope it's my dad picking me from school. I hope it's my dad picking me from. Then it's my mom. I'm like, oh crap. Snap! Because my dad used to be a smoker, so he would kind of understand.
It would be easier.
Yeah, it would be balanced. Now it's my mom. She made a big deal out of it. I'm being suspended.
What happened?
I was suspended. She was called into not the deputy, now the principal's office, the owner of the school. Oh, your son is a bad, bad influencer. We are not very happy about him in this school. He really needs to really think about his life. He's only going to be in this school because of his other siblings. They are very good girls. So we are suspending him for a week or 2. After midterm, he stays home for a week.
And if it wasn't for the girls, it would have
been expelled. Clean. I would have been expelled clean. So now my mom is making a big deal out of it, telling me, wait, your father hears about this. I'm like, oh snap. What if my dad really doesn't react the way I think? So that time,
as you've decided.
Yes. So that time now, because of midterm, we're not really going to go back home. My dad was consulting here. By this time, he's actually self-retired himself. And now he's a consultant. So now he's consulting here and he's been housed in a hotel. So we're now not going to stay in a hotel.
You're all going to stay with him in the hotel?
We're now all going to stay with him in a hotel. So I go and my dad is told and he's like, just cigarettes. That's how he even just reacted.
So
like,
as you expected.
He's like, there's a time for everything. Leave cigarettes alone, focus on your studies. Have you heard me?
Okay.
Just for the purpose of my mom. Have you heard me?
Otherwise he could not care less also.
I doubt he could care less about that thing. So anyway, there are lots of incidents where, we were caught doing stuff, caught sneaking into the girls' dorms.
Oh, that's necessary.
And stuff like that. So I'm happy I went through that phase.
Of course.
So we had all forms of shenanigans. Sometimes we were caught peeing in the school compound. We were told to wash leaves in the whole compound and stuff like that.
You're such a naughty boy. That in general, you were just like a naughty boy.
Yeah, had to get it out of the system. So now, after school, now you're going to high school. So you wait for your results, everything they announce, whatever, you wait for the schools that will call you, as it was during those days.
How are your results?
I got a B plus.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
I'm not that bad.
Not sharp like that.
I'm not that bad.
Okay,
If
okay.
I decide to do something, I
do it well.
I do it well. So now, I got a B plus on a flat. I can't remember. Anyway,
Okay.
so and not with much.
Either or is great.
Yes, and not with much effort anyway. So I'm called to.
If you put a bit more.
I would have got it. So I'm called to a school in Kajiado called Kajiado Boys High School,
Okay.
which is neighbors the girls' high school on the other side. My dad had heard about that school. He's like, now, with this Kagwe, the stuff he put us through in primary, then now he's going to Seko, boarding in Kajiado. Forget about it. You're not going to boarding. You'll be in a day school. Like, snap. Because now my elder sister is about to finish high school and she went to boarding. She's telling us the stories, how it's different, it's fun. They go for drama festivals, blah, blah, blah. She's made friends here, Nini, they go for funkies. And I'm like, are you telling me I'm not going for funkies? I'll be here being monitored by these folks of mine.
It ain't.
I'm like, you know what? I don't have a say anyway. So by this time, 2000, this is around 2000-ish, 1999, 2000. My dad is like, now we move back.
Do you know how much younger you are than me? It's so ridiculous. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so so by this time now my dad is like, we're moving from Mombasa back to Nairobi. And you're going to a school, so choose. Do you want to go to St. Mary's or do you want to go to Consolata High School? So I do my research, I go ask relatives and then go to St. So I'm like, I want St. Mary's. But I have just missed the registration by that much. So St. Mary's is like, we're not taking any more students.
Oh no.
So my dad is like, oh, so Consolata it is. So Consol now is probably having its first Form 4 candidates in high school.
Because that was my primary school.
Yeah, and they didn't have a high school.
There was no high school.
So now they're having their first high school candidates. So I'm checking in probably 3 weeks late after guys have started the curriculum, whatever it is, different kind of environment.
Again.
Now it's like adults. You're checking in into an adult kind of place where
True.
people speak their mind, so I check in and you're being hit on by Form 3 chicks, Form 4s. Form 4 guys want to monopolize you, a crazy one, you're running away from them every time, you're watching it back every time, you're forming alliances. It's like Survivor, right? It's a whole different kind of ball game.
So, your year, were there cool peeps, like you made friends quickly?
Yeah, definitely. Because now boarding school, social skills are way up there.
Okay.
Because of boarding school in primary. So now making friends is very easy.
Okay.
It's quick, fast. I make friends. I remember even the friend I had, my best mate was a guy called Anthony Perez. He passed away some years back.
Okay.
So we used to do naughty stuff. Like again,
No,
my natural,
not you.
my natural inclination is just naughty stuff. Right?
Naughtiness.
So mixed school, both girls and boys.
Yes.
Hormones are everywhere for each and every gender. So you can imagine now teachers are trying to really bring these people together. You're being hit on by teachers as well.
What?
Right? Yeah, it happens. People think like it doesn't happen.
Thank God I went to an all-girls school.
Yeah, it happens. So for me now, Form 1 was great. Top 5 students, acing it, making it, doing it. Then comes the big news that we all have to do our sciences and all sciences. You have got to be kidding. I hated chemistry, I hated physics. I love biology. I actually wanted to be a zoologist or a botanist. For them. But the problem was I needed a bit of physics and chemistry, and I hated physics and chemistry.
Physics was the death of me.
Right? And they make things compulsory. You have to have worksheets. You have to always pick worksheets from the dean, go and do them, blah blah blah. And I'm like, guys, why are they compulsory? Like I don't have to do all this stuff. So now we've become rebellious. So in second form is when we started becoming rebellious. I started not doing my assignment. I don't read for exams. Wrong side of school.
Were you flunking?
Flunking, crazy. From top 5 to bottom 5.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And we're about each, so there were 2 streams, so you're about 30 on each stream of the school.
Yeah.
So you're always making cheeky stuff in class. You have teachers who come and trap and making fun of them,
Of course.
making the class laugh,
Okay.
the one being punished. You've not done assignments.
Were you that bit of a class clown?
Yes, I was part of the class clowns.
Oh, there was a bunch.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
There were quite a few doing things like putting pins on people's seats.
No!
Stuff like that. Like, the whole thing in high school. When you
No,
watch
I don't
movies,
know because I was in Kianda.
you're in all
Yeah.
So
we were all
so
like,
that was the
sitting
kind
like
of,
this.
that was the kind of environment that us guys had at that point in time. And you have things like Black Rock happening, and you're going for these things, trying to go for them. Now that grades are going down, your parents are freezing you from doing stuff. You have to Skype, so you're traveling with your parents at home, and you're traveling in school, constantly watching over your back, constantly coming up with stories that you'll make about your assignment. Got to the point where I now used to forge my dad's signature for stuff.
Stop it.
Yeah.
He knows this. Not by now.
I don't think he knew. By the time he was
Okay,
passing
sorry,
away,
Dad.
I don't think he knows.
If you're listening.
Yeah, but maybe my mom is the one who is listening and so that is what we used to do. So by this time now, we've done crazy things. I've thugged someone's VCD player. I've been busted. My folks have been called. My folks are always called. Parents, teacher, association meetings.
They were too used to this.
Also, I've gotten part of. Like I remember one time my dad just asking me, "You're the only guy who your parents will always be called because of negative things."
Since you were 3.
Yeah.
Also.
Imagine. So by this time my dad is tired and he tells it to my face and he's like, "Dude, I've lost all trust in you, all faith in you. Like, hey, if you amount to something, good. If you don't amount to something, me, I'll do my part. The rest is up to you. It's your life. So it's up to you." So me, I'm like, "Thank you, Papa. You've given me freedom."
Go ahead.
So doing more stuff, yeah. So it gets to the point now in Form 3. I'm in Form 3, I've done my mocks. I scored a very nice B+.
Oh!
Very good, clean. I didn't read nothing. Like, I went and did my own things in that exam. So I have a whole B+. So Christmas is done. This around 2002. Rainbow Alliance has won the election. Another party has been done in our home. My dad calls me. For the first time, he calls me and we sit down and talk as well. And he's like, "I want to talk to you as a friend and as a man.
Okay.
What you've gotten is what you got. There's nothing much you can do. The best you will get in your KCSE results, even if you start reading now, will be enough. That will not take you. You can't even enter university with that thing, right? So I'm looking at him and I'm like, "Okay, so what's your suggestion?" He's like, "You need to repeat Form 3. I remember, I even laughed. I laughed. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, smoking something cheap.
And stop it.
Me?
Like, don't smoke the thing.
I'm about to finish. You're telling me I need to go back.
A
This
whole
torturous
other
thing.
year.
A whole other year. That's 2 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm about to finish 1 year now. You're taking back another 2.
Yeah.
I was like, forget it. I'm not doing anything of that sort. He's like, listen to me. So he talked to me like, the first time I told him no. He talked to me like 3-4 times. So the 4th time is when I really sat down and I was like, okay, let me just listen to what this guy is saying. Probably, I'm the one with the problem, clearly. Right? All these people can't just be saying, the same thing. So I'm the one with the problem. So I'm like, okay, fine, no problem.
Everyone can't be wrong.
Yeah. So everyone can't be wrong. So I'm like, so no problem. I can repeat. What school can I go to? It's like, do it in the same school. Again. Nothing that cheap stuff. I'm not doing it in the same school. Forget it. That's my credit. That's my name on the line.
Okay.
Forget about that. So it's like, no problem, but there's no school that will, a serious school that will take you right now in 3rd form. You have to go all the way to 2nd form for them to admit you so that they can be able to track your progress, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's looking out for their performance as a school, so you're not the one who will bring them down. So either that or you go to a division school. Like, what do you mean division school? It's like they're provincial, national schools, provincial, district, and divisional schools. So it's like district and division are kind of the same. I know a school in Moranga, it's called Kiagogo High School. And I know the principal. I'm like, okay. He's sawa, let's go. So we chap a fuel. Now schools have opened. My elder sister is in Kianda, has gone to school, whatever she's doing. My elder sister, I think, by this time has already finished. She's going to college.
Yeah.
She's just bumming, doing some things. So schools have opened, but we have not opened. So we go to Kagwe. Imperial shags. I was like, what's the am I going to make it in this job? Hey. So I'm like, no problem, we go, we see the facilities, windows don't have glass.
Oh my gosh.
Mattresses have been beaten off. Guys are sleeping on half a mattress, a quarter of a mattress. You name it, it's just sponge, no cloth on top.
So your dad is seeing how...
him is like, no problem. But him, I think he had a game plan. He's like, let me take this guy.
Yeah.
Like taking this guy from a good hotel down to thingy. So we go, we sit down with the principal, he tells me, talks to me about the school. I ask about the diet, he tells me about the water situation, guys go fetch in a well. It's cold water, mini, you name it. Guys, there is no person to clean the compound, so people take turns to clean the compound, mend the fences, cut the fences, and you still have to do your studies, all that stuff. Then, when doing the tour, I see our family friend.
Okay.
And that's when I spot the guy and I'm like, hey, me, I performed badly in Shule. My dad threw me in this school banner. I'm like, oh, so that's where my dad knows this school from, man. So I asked him, how is this school? He's like, bro, it's torture.
Things are fake.
This thing is a prison. Dude, you want to come to this school? Are you mad? So I'm like, no.
Did you run away again?
No, I didn't run.
Okay.
So now we get out. So we get out of the school. My dad even takes us for lunch. I was with my mom as well. We're going, he buys us Nema Chokma and stuff. And now he tells me ahead. So, is that the school you want to go to? You can even start tomorrow or the next day after tomorrow. We buy your uniform. You start immediately. I was like, I ain't doing that school.
Please no.
Like, you can't even find another school saying something, another day school, Aga Khan, whatever.
Hey, how funny
Aquinas.
After you misbehaved, now you're listing those bananas.
Like we do Aquinas or something, like a school at least. Me and
I can downgrade.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't
My
need
dad
to
is
be
like, no, like trust me, you'll only get division on a district school. So I'm like, sir, let me think about it. I couldn't sleep. Because I'm thinking now, like, you know now you're in teenage already. You're like, this is my name. I've monolozed some guys, you tell me to go back to that class. Some chicks with broken hearts, you tell me to go back to that class. So I'm like, I just came back to him and after a day or two and I'm like, sir, I'll do it. I'm like, no problem, I'll do it. Like, no problem, sir, we go to school tomorrow morning. Wear my uniform, we go to school, we go to the deputy principal's office. The dad is like, this guy has something to tell me. I'm like, sir, I want to repeat for me. I didn't perform well. Do a whole speech. Blah blah blah. I want to change my ways. I know, of course, you guys misery, whatever. The deputy principal was Mr. De Cruz. He was a Goan. Very good. He was shocked that I was agreed to do that. And like, I have to present this thing to the school board. I'll get back to you in 2 days. So in 2 days, he comes back and is like, hey, we're still deliberating. Majority of people have agreed, but there's one guy who's disagreed, and that one guy was the dean of physics, who I had caused terror to. And the guy was like, there's no way this is coming.
I don't want to see his face.
Like, guys, my mental health, my health in general, I cannot take this guy's crap.
My heart, yeah.
So after a week is when he agreed.
So you went
He agreed, but he washed his hands and he was like, this thing is on your neck, Mr. De Cruz, so it's not on you. So now I go back and I'm taking it to class.
So last, like you went back to last year.
Yeah. So I go down to third floor. Everybody's looking at me like, what in the world? The teacher is looking at me, the sons of this. This Ubaf has been punished. Okay? And all the other students are looking at me like, hey, this guy, what wrong have you done? For
Yeah, like how bad.
There's no one who's ever been punished like this in this school. And I'm coming that day, the next day, I meet my peers who I'm supposed to be with.
Yeah.
And they're asking me what's up. I've not gathered the courage to explain to people. So So for a week, I'm not talking to you. I'm just quiet. This is my strategy. I'll be quiet. All you guys will fill the gaps by yourselves. I'll start talking in month 2. So it continues.
So
It continues. It got to the point now. But it got to the point where now the testmate I had, a guy called Ruben, who guy is in the States right now. He's the one who asked me, like, dude, what's going on? And that's when I just explained to the guy. And he told me, hey, dude, do you do?
That's so weird.
Just do you. So
you're okay now?
now
Like
the
that
story,
would start.
now it became a ripple thing. Till it got to my peers now.
Okay.
There's a girl I was having a kind of a thing with, came to me. She's like, oh, I heard you repeating why. Oh no, you should have talked to me first. Blah, 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 blah. What would happened to us? I'm just like, I can't do it.
Like anyway.
Wait, I can't
This
do
is
it.
the situation.
I have my own situation right
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So anyway, that's that.
So finished finally.
I get better. I became great. I was made a prefect.
Yeah, come on.
Guys laughed when I was awarded the tie for being a prefect.
Yeah.
They're like, you made that guy a prefect. Guys couldn't believe my dad. In the final year, my dad was actually the guest of honor in the prize giving day. Prize giving day of the whole school. So that redeemed him. He was honored.
Nice.
All that stuff. I kind of found out I was actually good in Mjadala. So I was the
What's
best
that?
in debate.
Oh, okay.
Debate club. So he did debate club. I was crowned the best Mjadala guy.
Wow.
Given a certificate for it.
Nice.
Then the last year, me and a group of guys in the same class we were in, we sang a song. There was a song that I think originally I can't remember who it was, maybe the cover. It's so hard to say goodbye.
Yeah,
Did a cappella.
yeah.
That's where now my singing now
Started.
like, yo.
Like you're like, I can do this.
Yeah. So now it's like
Can be one of the things.
Can be one of the. Because now in high school you're not singing, eh? You're like, I won't be that goose. I won't be that guy who's known as that loser who sings. And
You're playing sports and like you're
sports.
Yeah.
trying to woo the girls
Yeah.
with sports and stuff. Girls don't like in high school. Girls don't like boys who sing.
It's not a cool.
Yeah, singing happens after.
Okay.
So I finish.
So you finish high school, go to college.
I finish high school. I don't go to college first. Now I want to go to art college because I did fine art. I was actually good in fine art. So I want to go to a digital art college. It was called Monk and Tank in Parklands. And my dad, Monk and Tank Art College.
Monk and Tank.
Tank.
Monk and Tank. Okay.
So I want to go to that college. I bring my dad. I go research. I do everything. I'm hustling. I've gotten a few coins, and I'm like, yo, I'll pay the admission.
Wow.
For the first semester. And you sort my fare and everything, and then you sort out the other semesters. And he's like, relax, boss. You guys finished 5 years in high school. Chill.
5 years.
Just chill. Don't worry. You relax. Do what people do after.
Yeah.
Get bored.
Yeah.
We'll talk about school after a year.
Oh. Okay. And then what's
So
your
now
reaction to
that's
that?
now that's what I have to do. I don't have any. I can't pay for just one semester.
Okay.
Deferred and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So now I start doing stuff, going out. I got into my first ever serious relationship with some chick I met in the hood and stuff like that. Until one day my dad comes with 2 forms from JQuat. BCom, IT, choose which one you want. I hated financial accounting with all my life. And I was like, I can't do BCom. I'll do IT. So
you're much not like a school person.
yeah. So instead of attending 70% of the classes, what do? I attended 30%. And the rest of the time, what am I doing? I'm going back to church, acting.
Okay.
So I got into acting in 2005.
Okay.
I joined this youth church and I was taken to this church. By this time, I've been in Catholic schools and now I'm at a place where I'm like, guys, I don't have a religion by the way. After the things I saw in Catholic school, in the school I was in, the secretaries coming with 0.5 kids from the priest and stuff. Hey, forget about it. Like I'm like, me, I'm done with this Christian walk.
Wow.
So I met this chick, and this chick is the one who was me to church. So I go to this church, International Christian Center. I joined the youth church, and now I focus on having drama ministry. In the drama ministry, it's all about acting and musicals. So that's what now I keep on going back to doing. So we're acting in church, we're doing stuff. I'm going for a few auditions here in Phoenix, KMT, whatever. that becomes my main hustle. And of course, there are different hustles I have on the side. My boy who used to sell refurbished computers and CPUs.
Not cigarettes.
No.
Okay.
So I used to sell. Now I'm reformed. By this time I'm reformed. So now we're even selling handbags to chicks. I go buy them from Kunchi wholesale, go sell to chicks in offices and stuff.
Okay.
So that becomes now like, but at the same time I'm going to school.
Okay.
In uni.
So you're earning something.
But I'm earning something because I'm bored stiff in school. Like, I can't imagine, and I can't go tell my dad because my dad is all about get a degree. It's the key to success in life. So I finish. I get a degree. I graduate by a whisker. I got one. I had to recite one paper, and I researched that one paper because the lecturer was mad at me that I was passing and I hadn't attended her classes. So it was
under management issues.
So that's why she just deferred me for that one class. So I couldn't graduate to the rest of my guys.
Oh.
So I had to receive that one thing. But I eventually graduated and I got my degree. But by the time I get my degree, I'm already working.
Yeah.
So what happens?
You've been an entrepreneur.
I've been an entrepreneur. So what happens for us to be able to graduate? I had to go for internship. So I learned an internship in Kenya Airways. So I learned an internship and I did that internship for 9 months. So I'm supposed to be in the IT department, but the guy I'm assigned to is like, I don't have work for you. But I know a lady who has work, she's in the HR department. She's trying to automate her department. So you go, do data entry into Excel sheets, and then you'll do, probably she'll tell you to do stuff in the system.
And you could probably do that looking backwards, blindfolded.
So I go, and I liked her. She was called Windrose Mandy. Windrose, if you're listening to this, she went to Dubai and stuff. She settled in Dubai. I think she's back as a consultant in HR and stuff like that. So at the time, her boss is also Paul Cassini, who is in Safaricom. So Windrose keeps adding my internship period. Past 3 months, then 3 months after, it becomes 6 months, then 9 months, right? Because she likes me, she loves me. Every time she has an issue with the system, she calls me. I'm the one who helps her, I train her, I do what. And she's like, you know what? There's a training of trainers for this system, ERP system, Oracle ERP system that we have. I'd like you to attend it. It's for managers and senior managers, but I'd love you to attend it. Let me sign you up. Are you interested? And I'm like, hell yeah! Sign me up! She even drives me. She tells me, let's catch a ride. We go to Pride Center and we do that 3-day training. And I'm there and I'm learning. I remember Paul Kasim was there. There's a time that the CEO Titus Nakoni also came. And I'm like, you. I'm in the same training room with all these
big wigs.
So I learn the whole system, and then she tells me, okay, come and train me and train the department. And I train the department, and she's like, awesome. You're so good at this. You're going to be a trainer.
Okay.
I'm giving you a contract.
Wow.
Let me have it first approved by Paul Cassimo. By this time, I've already interacted with Paul Cassimo. She didn't know. So Paul Cassimo had seen me a few times when he comes to our office, and now he sees me at this bus stop, wanting to go home. He stops his car. He picks me up. He's like, let me give you a ride. He's like, I used to stay in South Sea. And we have a chat with Paul Cassimo. Just about
important.
Whatever. We have a very good conversation. He drops me, and from that day, every time he used to see me, he just used to say hi. And now on his desk is a file for a contract to give the same guy he's been giving a ride for him to fly around Africa to go and train out stations.
You're inside.
I'm 23. It gets approved, so I start work. I go to my dad and I tell him, yo, I've got a job that I'll be flying. To go train people. He's like, you'll be what? Who trusted you with that job? Why? Why were you the only one chosen? Did they have an interview? Did they interview you? He's asking me all these questions. I'm like, Dad, I got the job.
Yeah.
So I think he's still not believing me at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the very same time, we've done a village musical with Kanji and Wendy.
Oh my people!
Yeah, so
Wendy, Kanji,
Bogo and Wendy Bogo.
Yeah.
And
you
so
know they've got
relocated, So by this time, we're doing a musical that is going to be now on TV. Some great guys called Yafesi and Joyce Musoke also, we do a pilot of a show called Briefcase Luke. And I think I forget about that pilot for that show. First place I fly out to was Harare, Zimbabwe. That was the first place.
Yeah,
My dad couldn't believe I came and showed him the ticket. And he showed him it's first class, it's business class. And he's like, what? He even hugged me goodbye.
Aww.
And he's like, man, I want to take you to the airport. I'm like, nope. My boys have claimed that.
It's taken care of.
So it's all taken care of. And of course, with the boys, we just wanted to pass through somewhere. I can find before I chomoka.
Yeah.
So I go for my first job. Now here's the thing, I'm 23, but my voice sounds like 30. So everyone I've talked to, and also on email, everyone believed I was 30. And I landed in Zimbabwe, and I'm picked up and taken to the office. So first class, 5-star hotels, you name it. All culture shock to me. Because I'm like, no one, by this time no one has taught me even how to be around these things and all that. So you're in a hotel room, you're being called sir by older guys, you're looking at me
Are you guys confused?
So you're humble, like you're just humbled by the whole process.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is better.
And way better.
Yeah.
So I'm not cocky, I'm not all that
Exactly.
stuff. So even in the plane, I talk to the stewards, I talk to everyone. Just having a good time, letting them know I'm part of the team. KQ, hey, don't look at me like I'm this hot shot. So I go to now the office, and they look at me and they're like, hi, can we help you? Yes, I'm George Kagwe, I'm here to train you guys. And they're like, just give us a minute, please wait there. So what is happening? My boss is the one, Windrose is the one who tells me after. They've gone now to the office and they've called back HQ.
They're like,
guys,
sent a child.
this is the guy who's here. Right?
Is it a mistake?
CCTV footage and everything. And they're like, yeah, that's the guy. That's George Kagwe. That's the guy who's coming to train you.
Mm-hmm.
Every single station I went to. I went to Joburg, I went to Uganda,
Same thing happened.
Tanzania, Kigali, I went to Ghana, Accra, same thing happened. They all could not believe this the guy coming to train us. All couldn't. But the best country I ever went to was Accra, Ghana.
Yeah?
Most hospitable place.
Second was Tanzania. There I've never been.
Second was Tanzania. Most hospitable people.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh no, in Tanzania there's everything like actually Naomba. Naomba Maji.
Yes, that's how they talk. But the people who are more respectable are Rwanda.
Okay.
The ladies, like they don't
I
allow
can
you.
believe that.
They don't allow you to serve yourself. Like you go out to a restaurant, you're all like hanging out. She sees you serving your drink, she's like, no. Culturally, that's not allowed.
And how,
she serves your drink.
How beautiful are they?
Hey. So she has to serve your drink and stuff. So I do that. So by this time I've gone to probably Harare, I go to Uganda, Kampala, I go to Dar es Salaam, and I hit Kigali. Yafesi and Joyce call me back and they're like, yo, Briefcase has been commissioned, where I go, we start the show on KTN.
What?
And I'm like, what? So now I tell them, yo, I have a full-time job, and they're like, no biggie, we can be shooting on the weekends.
They'll make it work.
So every time I fly back on a Saturday morning, I'm on set.
How busy was your life?
It was crazy, but I'm young.
But nicely.
Bam,
It wasn't a bad, it's not a negative thing.
Yeah, it's all awesome and everything.
Yeah.
But this time I had met, now who's my wife, she was my pal now. I met her in 2009.
Hi, Karini.
So I met her in 2009, so we're hanging out, doing what young guys do, travel, go to Vasha, whatever. But I'm a young guy who has tunes. Because every time I travel, I'm being given per diem. And the per diem is a rate like $50 a day. Right? That's good money.
You're young and
Right.
hustling and making it happen.
And I'm on the billboard of you. I got a gig for being on the billboard because of Now Village Musicals with Kina Mwendi. I get called by Beefy.